Hey, can you introduce yourself to everyone watching?
So I'm Mike, and I grew up in the States. I was born in Korea, immigrated to the States, and then moved back here about 16, 17 years ago.
So Mike, could you tell us some information about the gift giving culture here in Korea?
So gift giving is very big in Korea, I feel. And so it's something that's there's like anytime you go see somebody, we're always bringing gifts. So like for us, so there's always a thing that like if you don't bring a gift to somebody when you're going to visit somebody's house, it's considered very rude. And so for us, like we always prepare something, even if it's the tiniest little thing, but there's always some sort of gift that needs to be given.
So Mike, with your background as a Korean American, you're Korean, but you're also American. Like coming here in Korea or to Korea, do you think gift giving is a good way to become closer to Koreans or to become friends with Koreans as a foreigner?
So like for me, because of the fact that like I still look Korean, right? So there's a lot of people that kind of take me and accept me as a Korean. And so for me, like I feel that it's a little bit different, but there's still plenty of like restaurants and other places that I do go and some other acquaintances that I do see fairly often. And so whenever I go see them, I'll kind of bring them small little gifts and stuff, and they just absolutely love it, you know? So they get really excited and stuff. And then so if I go to like a restaurant or something, like the owner will usually try to make me up another dish or something, just kind of like make up for it. So in Korea, there's this huge culture of constantly like this whole fight of basically trying to, being the last person to kind of give the gifts. And so it's like an ongoing battle that basically like you give one, they give you one, and then, it's always kind of like just going back and forth all the time. So it's like a never-ending battle.
In my videos, I've been getting a lot of comments about how it is very difficult for me or the person who's writing the comment to make friends in Korea. Or some people say Koreans are not very friendly, or it's very difficult to get close to them, or they don't know exactly what to do in order to get close to Koreans. So in this video, I want to show you how this bar of chocolate can help you get close to Koreans or become friends with Koreans, or for that matter, be close to anyone in the world. I've been living in Korea for 14 years, and let me tell you, I've made a lot of friends here, and I made a lot of people who aren't friends, but they're kind of like, quasi friends, or people who are here to help me out with stuff, or not here just to help me out, but I know that they are around in case I need help. That's what I want to say. And yes, while it's true that Francois is incredibly charming, wherever I go, people are automatically drawn to me just because of the amazing charm and charisma that I have. But it's not always like that. It's not always so easy for me to make friends or to be close to Koreans, usually. In Korea, for me, I've learned that if you want to be close to Koreans, or if you want to try to make Korean friends, not always in the same situation, it's very important that you learn how to give gifts. Here in Korea, gift giving culture is very important, at least from what I know.
Oh,
You want to say hi?
how much? No.
No. And now I'm here in the store. I'm going to give one of these chocolates to the butcher here at the supermarket because he's always helping me out. Sometimes he even gives me meat for free. So gotta take care of those who take care of you. 카자흐스탄 여행 갔다 왔어요.
어디 갔다 오셨어요?
알마티? 카자흐스탄? 카자흐스탄? 카자흐스탄. 알아요?
네.
초콜릿. 카자흐스탄 초콜릿. It felt good to give. Love giving gifts. Okay, you got one more stop to make here at the Frank Burger. I always love giving this guy who owns Frank Burger some chocolates. The guy who owns the Frank Burger restaurant was not there today. I wanted to give him some chocolate because every time I come into that store, he always gives me free French fry, or he'll give me a free like fried chicken or something like that. Okay, now I have to go give chocolate to another butcher who always gives me free meat. Every time I'm walking by, he always stops me and it's like, here, have some meat. I'm like, I don't really have anything to cook it with, but okay. He's working very hard. I don't want to blast him on camera or anything like that. So I'll just like leave the chocolate over here on his counter. At the first butcher, he gave me some free meat. And I was telling him like, I gave him this gift, not because he's going to give me something for free. I gave it because, it's a gift from the bottom of my heart. And I had to use a translator to say that because I don't know how to say it in Korean. And the same thing happened just now at the butcher, the second butcher. I was giving some chocolate and he says, oh, you always bring me something when you travel. And I'm like, yeah, it's my pleasure. He says, let me give you some meat. And I'm like, no, you don't have to give me any meat. It's okay. These gifts are from the bottom of my heart. These gifts like come from me and I don't expect anything in return.
카자흐스탄.
네, 카자흐스탄 여행 갔다 왔어요.
여행 갔었어?
네.
고마워.
예?
고마워.
I went to buy some fruit just now and I gave one chocolate to the guy who I see all the time who's selling fruit, and every time I come by he's always like saying hi to me and always smiling at me and just like treating me very well. He told me just now that he hadn't seen me in a long time, and I told him that I was in Kazakhstan for 3 weeks, and he was just like happy to hear that I traveled, and he was asking about Kazakhstan, and then I gave him a chocolate. He was just so like happy to get the chocolate. Like his voice, the elation in his voice was so audible that it made me smile even more. He gave me like an extra orange. I went to buy some jeju oranges. I keep telling them using the translator that I'm giving you these gifts not because, you know, I want you to give me anything in return. I like giving gifts. It makes me feel good and it makes me feel closer to people. Okay, so I just gave a chocolate to the lady who makes pizza here in my neighborhood. There's so many people to give chocolates to. I don't even know if I bought enough. I gave her some chocolate and she gave me goguma. How can I say that in English? Sweet potatoes. She gave me some already baked sweet potatoes, and I was telling her again, like, you don't have to give me anything. And she's like, no, 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 no. I understand that it's from the bottom of your heart. I guess the consequence of, you know, exchanging gifts makes us feel closer, because she actually said 사랑합니다. She said I love you, and it could be like a superficial kind of I love you, but I think it's actually like a real 사랑해요. When you meet someone and you feel close to them, you want to say you love them or you care about them. So I think that's what she was meaning by that. But yeah, now I have like all of this good energy, and all of the people who I gave gifts to also have good energy, and we feel closer to each other.
Mr. No, I have a question for you. What is the gift-giving culture here in Korea?
For special holidays, Korean give fruit. For new business, Korean give meat.
If foreigners want to become closer to Koreans, what kind of gift should foreigners give Koreans?
Foreigner can give me a Korean special project, like a higher quality fish and body care to become closer to Koreans.
Suhyun, thank you so much for being on the video, even though we cannot see your face. Can you answer a question for me? So if a foreigner gives a gift to a Korean, is it easy for the two to become friends?
It was not too easy for me and some of Korean, I think, because I think some foreigner gives some gift is look the stranger.
Suhyun, many foreigners say that it is difficult to become friends with Koreans. Do you have any suggestions for foreigners for how to become friends with Koreans?
For example, for my friends go to language exchange of group meeting, and she meet of some foreigner friends, and she learn about English and he learn about Korean, so they meeting.
Yeah, so it seems like there's a mix, my hat. Oh, anyways, yeah, it seems like there's a mix of opinions concerning how Koreans and foreigners can be friends. From my point of view, I think giving gifts, for me, like giving gifts is like the best way to make friends with Koreans. Mr. No was saying how the gift-giving culture in Korea between the Koreans is that on special holidays they give fruit to each other, but when there's a new business that opens, they usually give meat, which I didn't know. So good information even for me. Like for me, like making friends here in Korea, I treat the situation the same as if I were in the United States. Like in the United States, I really love to give gifts. Whenever I travel, I always look for something to bring back to my friends or to my family. So I just do that here in Korea. And for some reason, I was able to make a lot of friends while doing that. And maybe they're not the closest friends in the world. If I need something or if I'm in a jam, they'll be there to help me out. When I first came to Korea, I didn't have many friends. And the only people that I knew were the workers at my school, my co-teachers and the office workers. So what I would do is in the morning times, whenever I would walk to school, I would always stop by the market. I would pick up very fresh strawberries. If you know, strawberries in Korea are incredibly delicious. So I would pick up like two kilos of strawberries or a kilo of strawberries, and they would be so big, they would be so fresh and so ripe, and I would bring those strawberries to the workers at school. And even though those workers never talked to me often. They never, said anything like friendly to me. They just kind of like nodded at me when they saw me. Whenever they received those strawberries, they were so happy. And they even asked me like, why do you bring us strawberries in the morning? Because it's something very strange. And I was saying, it's just, I felt like doing it. I feel like bringing you strawberries, and to see the smile on their faces, little did they know, but I recognized it. When I brought them the strawberries, like the relationship between us, it didn't get very, very close, but it became less cold and less frigid than it was before. A lot of my friends here in Korea, a lot of my foreign friends, and even some people who message me on Instagram or message me in the YouTube comments, they tell me that, Francois, it's very difficult for foreigners to make Korean friends. And that may be the case, I'm not sure. I don't have like so many Korean friends. A lot of my friends are like Kyopo, Korean American, or Korean Canadian or something like that. So even though giving gifts to Koreans is not going to be like the fix-all way or solution to make friends here in Korea if you're a foreigner, but I think, in my opinion, it can definitely like make the atmosphere more congenial. It can make the atmosphere more friendly for you. If you give just like a piece of chocolate, or if you give a juice or a piece of candy or something like that, just the fact that you're giving something to another person, it makes them think that, wow, this other person is thinking about me. And maybe they don't show that when they receive the gift, but a little later, you can probably see the relationship began to blossom a little bit. There's a cool looking cafe over there. I might go in there a bit later after I get some dinner. And anyways, it doesn't hurt to give a small gift to the people who live in your neighborhood, to the butcher, or the person who works at the flower shop, or the person who works at the grocery store. It doesn't hurt to just let them know that you're there, just in case one day you're feeling lonely, or you don't even know that other person might also be feeling lonely. And that small gift, that small gesture that you do, it actually makes them feel as if someone cares. Unfortunately, Korea does have the highest suicide rate in all of the OECD countries, the developed nations. You never know who's having a bad day. You never know how your small gesture could improve the quality of that person's life for just that moment. And that moment could be like the tipping point to make them, either have more confidence in themselves or to not have confidence in themselves. But as I said before in the video, when I give a gift, it just makes me happy. It puts a smile on my face. So I give the gift because I know that I'll feel better after I do it, not because I expect to receive something in return, just because when you give something to another person, it creates some kind of positive energy that I can't really explain. And also, guys, please don't get me wrong. Please don't think that I'm trying to tell you I'm buying friends here in Korea by giving them presents and gifts. I'm not buying friends. I'm buying my happiness, I guess I should say. I'm buying comfort, because when I walk through my neighborhood and everyone knows me, everyone knows not Francois is going to give us a gift. No. Everyone just sees me, and I can see the recognition in their eyes and on their faces, and just their acknowledgement that I'm here. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel safe. It makes me feel secure. Like if anything were to happen, I would have at least some people to help me out in a very superficial or basic way. Giving a gift can have a multiplicity of positive effects on my life, and I'm sure it can have them on yours here in Korea as well, or wherever you're living in the world. Here's an example of gift giving outside of Korea. I was in Boracay with my friend Zach, and we were sitting down at a Thai restaurant, and we had eaten and we were laughing, just having a good time. And I told him, I was like, don't worry, I got this. And I pulled out my card, and he was like, oh, Francois is pulling out the plastic. I remember this. And I wasn't trying to buy him a meal because I owed him something, or I wanted him to owe me. I bought him a meal because we had a good time, and it just made me feel good to have this like smiling moment, have this laughing moment, have this like very like pleasant atmosphere with my friend. And I saw the look on his face too. He actually smiled. And Zach, he smiles, but sometimes he doesn't smile like so often. So it was cool to like see him give like a genuine smile. So that just made me feel like, wow, we're friends, right? So, give a gift to your friends, give a gift to people who you don't know. Just a random act of kindness could just brighten your day it can definitely brighten someone else's day. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Hope you got some value from this video. Excuse my rambling, but you know, I love giving gifts. And I think that is a really good way to bridge relationships between people. You know, foreign dignitaries do this when they meet for the first time. You know, why can't we? Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Love you. Make sure you stay hydrated. Love your loved ones like Francois loves you. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace. Boom.